one. Let's go to the beach, let's go get a wave. They say what they gonna say. Have a drink, clink, found a Bud Light. Bad bitches like me, it's hard to come by. The Patron, let's go get it down. The sound, yes I'm in the zone. Is it 2, 3? Leave a good tip. I'ma blow all of my money and don't give a shit. I'm on the floor, I love to dance.
Hi everyone, it's me Monique. I thought that I would try something a little different. I'm actually just getting back from the supermarket and I'm going to make dinner, and for dinner tonight we're going to have some lumpias. Now if you don't know what that is, it's actually I think a Filipino type dish, or if not a Korean dish. I'm not 100% sure, but a friend of mine a couple years ago showed me how to make it, and every time I make it for my family, friends, you know, I usually get a good response. And numerous amount of times I've been told when I say I'm going to make it for dinner, oh my goodness, that's not fair. Most of my family are in New York, and some of them are in Virginia, and if not, the rest of them are in Florida. So they don't get to see me, but when they do, I try to make it, and when I'm making it, they get jealous. So I figured I'd make a video so that I could show you guys what I do and how I do it. This way, you can stop asking me for the recipe. As you can hear, Amaya's right there. And she just decided to say hello. She wanted to say hi to you guys. So I'm going to try to do this without her making a whole bunch of noise. And to show you, I'm going to show you a couple of steps on how I make my lumpia. I already gave you a list of what you need. I'm just going to quickly zoom through it. You need about a pound of ground beef. You need about a batch of scallions, which is the green onions. I would say do it to your taste. You would need garlic powder and oyster sauce. I don't know if they sell that everywhere, but I know that they sell it in the commissary where I live. So you need oyster sauce, you need green onions, you need garlic powder, and just a little bit of pepper. Another thing you need is egg whites. I used about 4. You may need a little bit more in the egg whites. I'll show you what those are for. You need the lumpia wrappers. I showed you the package, and this is how they look when they come out the package, and then you have to actually separate them. It's kind of like an egg roll shell, but you would need that. Definitely need some scissors because I cut them in half just so I can fry them easily. And a plate with napkins. I showed you gloves. I use gloves. You don't have to use gloves. I have these long nails. And it's not really easy to get the meat out of my nails. So I use these gloves. In the picture, they're different. It doesn't matter what gloves you use if you're going to use them. Another thing that you're going to need is this tongs. I use the tongs to kind of flip them around because the pan that I use is kind of low, and I wouldn't want oil to fly all over the place. Another thing I use is this spoon to kind of just like get them out and drain the water, the oil. And of course you need oil. I use canola oil, but you can use whatever oil that you normally use. So quickly, first thing you have to do is wash your hands, and I'm going to do that quickly. I already did wash my hands, but I'm going to do it again because I touched everything. So once that's done, wash your hands. I'm going to take my jewelry off because it's just easier. Just in case you want to know, these are the bracelets I have on my website, and this is the ring that I have on my website. And of course I just have my wedding band and just a regular bracelet. I'm taking off this. Now, real quick, I'm going to show you about 4 of them. Get this ring off. Now, I've made this so many times, it's going to take you just getting used to it to know how much meat to actually put into the wrapper. I would say just go by your instinct, what you would like. But if you put too much meat, it's harder to cook. So I wouldn't put a whole bunch of meat in the first couple, just see how they go. All right, so I'm going to separate 4 of them. This way we could get this process going. there's one. And like I said, it'll probably be easier for you to just separate a couple at a time before you make them instead of separating them one at a time. Yes, Amaya. Okay, so I separated them. I wouldn't pull them apart like that. I'm just so used to doing it that I know what to do. So this is the wrapper, and I've already cleaned this area. And what I normally do is I use the egg white to kind of seal it, but I usually use a flat plate, and it's so much easier, so I'm just going to use this one and just deposit this into that. It just makes it a lot easier, you'll see. And I'll just take a little bit of the egg white and just kind of like rub it on the side right there and flip it over, and then I'll do it like on the other side. This way by the time I'm ready to seal it, it'll be a lot easier. So like I said, it's going to take you some time until you realize like exactly how much meat you want to use. Just take about this much meat, I don't know if you can see, and just like lay it in the back. Not all the way in the back, like I would say just a little bit before the edge, and kind of spread it out straight across like in a line. And if you see that it hasn't folded the whole entire shell or wrap, I would add more. So like just add more. And just move it around. I'm going to stop right there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to flip it like this. And then kind of seal it. And once you seal it, it's not going to stay if you don't a little bit of the egg white and just put it on the edges. Now, I usually use a brush, but it's just too time consuming. We'll just use my fingers, and you can use whatever works for you. So you just wrap it and kind of continue to put the egg white along the edge of the remainder of the wrap, because what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's closed so that when you fry it, it doesn't open up. I tightly wrap it so it's not all flimsy. You just keep doing that. Kind of continue to put the egg white along the edge of the remainder of the wrap, because what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's closed so that when you fry it, it doesn't open up. I tightly wrap it so it's not all flimsy. You just keep doing that. And then once that is done, I flip it over. Now, the edge is completely closed, like it's completely closed. I'll take a little bit more of the egg white and kind of go over it to make sure that it has like a tight seal. And then I'll put it to the side. Then I grab the next one, and just to make it easier, I'll dip the first end into the actual egg white. It's so much easier to do this without telling you, but I'm going to let you guys know so that you could do it just the same. Alright, once again, egg white on the edge of the shell, and then I'm going to grab another batch of meat. And then in grabbing the batch of meat, I realized once again I need more meat, so I'm going to take a little bit more and add it to the edges. And that seems perfect. I don't know if you could see, I hope you could see how much meat, but really, it's really just going to take you doing it a couple of times to kind of figure out what's best for you and how you like it. So once again, I'm closing it up, and I'm taking the egg white and peeling up the edge of the wrap. And then I'm going to continue to wrap it. Oh, mine is sure enough making a lot of noise today. Okay, so now that is completely wrapped, I'm going to then again, like the last one, go over it with some egg white just to make sure that it's sealed. And then put it over to the side again. And this will be the last demonstration I'll show you. And then we'll go into the next clip, which is us frying it. So just once again, just to make it easier, I'm just going to dump the edge of the wrapper into the egg white. Right there. Then, move this over. I'm going to add egg white to the top part of it so that when I flip it over, it closes. This time I took a little bit more meat from the last time. This way I don't have to maybe add more. Maybe I may have to take some away. And yeah, just a little bit. Take a little bit away. I don't like them too big because one, they don't cook properly. This becomes a longer process to cook it to make sure that the inside is actually cooked. Now I know that some people do it opposite. They actually cook the meat. I've done it one time with a mutual friend and it just wasn't the same. So I'm just going to continue to do it the way that I know and just keep the meat raw and then cook it as it is when I get it in the pan. So, okay, that's sealed up. I'm going to roll it. Okay, so after that, that's it. I basically have done all the lumpias. I'm going to move them over here. I had the oil already heating up. Now, what I would suggest, you're probably going to have some extra wrappers. I would take it and then put it back inside its casing or the little bag. And then make sure that you put it into another Ziploc bag or another bag, because if you put this back into the freezer without being covered, it's going to just get hard and you're not going to be able to use it. So I would suggest you do that. Now, cleanup is fairly easy. I'm just going to throw away the gloves, the plate, and then wash these stuff. Okay, now the lumpias are done, and this is how they look when they're done. And I'm going to take my tongs, and I'm going to grab, I usually just throw them in, but for video's sake, I'm going to do it nice. I'm going to put them in the oil. Now, you don't want to have the fire too high, but you want the oil to be ready because you don't want the outside to cook and then have the inside still raw. So I'm going to lower down the flame because obviously I've had it on for so long that it's a little bit hotter than I expected. And the tongs come in handy because when you put it in the oil, you're actually not dropping it in, you're placing it in. Uh-oh, this one got stuck. Okay, let's see how that comes out. But just put as many as you can fit in the pot without actually overfilling the pot. I'm going to lower it down again. And because I don't like my stove or yucky, I have this little cover and I just usually place it over. So next clip you'll see the finished product. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, so once that's done, they come out and they look like this. And they're super good, super, super good. I don't know if you can see it. But another thing that I use is sweet and sour Le Choy sauce. And it's actually really good. So there it is. That's how I make my lumpias. And I must say that while I was doing this, I started reminiscing on my times with Sean and Pam and Jen. And I just want to say to you guys, I hope you enjoy the video. And I hope that you guys enjoy your lumpias. And if you have any other questions or need to know anything else about it, contact me and I will try to help you. I enjoyed making the video and I hope that you enjoyed it too. And I guess that's it. Enjoy your food.